Hey, good morning. So I am redoing this video for you guys because my old one, the quality was really bad. So I'm, not that the quality is great in my garage, but I'm gonna redo this one for you. So you guys can see, I've had 2 C-sections. I mean, my abs are under there. I still have a little fluff. You guys, everybody has this fluff. So please stop. Like, I gotta roll my pants down to get this too. And I have the extra skin. I mean, it's there when I lean over. We all have it, right? I stand up, you guys can see that I have the definition of abs. I work on this daily. This mama pooch, I've got the stretch marks. I have the tummy, you guys. And I also have some Diastsis Recti. So I'm gonna show you guys how to measure this. So laying down, you wanna be laying down, okay? Feet up like this. And you're gonna go about 3 finger lengths, like put 3 fingers together, that's about 3 inches above your belly button. And then I want you to turn your fingers whichever way you can so that they're measuring between your, basically your rib cage, okay? Like you're thinking about drawing your diaphragm in down into your belly button, but I need the 2 fingers to be the measuring. So when you're 3 fingers up, I then need you to rotate your hand to have 2 fingers pushing down and in. Once you have that placement, okay, once you have that placement, you're simply going to do a crunch. Crunch up, and if you can fit 2 fingers between, when you crunch up, okay, you can feel pushing down, push down in about 3 fingers up from your belly button, and then do a crunch up, okay? If you can fit 2 fingers, you're gonna be able to feel it. You're basically putting your fingers between your muscles, okay? If you can feel 2 or more fingers, then you definitely have a pretty significant separation, okay? Mine's about a finger at this point, but that is one way to measure. And then you're gonna wanna measure below the belly button as well, because that is where your pooch lies, right? That's where you want to tighten up. So again, 3 fingers below the belly button, 2 fingers for measuring, and the same thing, push down, crunch up, and if you can fit 2 fingers between those muscles down in there, you definitely have some separation. So that is how you measure. Some of the exercises that you can do to help with this toning. One, you have to be really, really hyper aware of your belly button, your diaphragm, and bringing that rib cage in. That is the whole point of trying to reconnect that Diastsis Recti, or recti, or however you want to Diastsis Recti, or whatever, however you want to say it. It's like tomato. Bringing that rib cage in, pulling that belly button. Think of like a needle and thread. You are threading a needle through your belly button and pulling it out your back. That is the feeling you want. You're cinching all of this in. So regular crunches are sometimes not the best. Having good core support is. So doing exercises even with a band, and I have a band here for you. Wrapping your band around your feet. You actually want to go on the top of your feet, around the base of your shoes, up and around. So if you can see that, I have like a complete loop around my shoes so that you have like all control. Making sure that the loops are pretty even, okay? A really simple exercise you can do, because this really, the band is doing a lot of the work, helping with your stabilization, keeping your back flat, rolling back and inward. So you're having that C curve, okay? You have the resistance from the band. You're going C curve back, and what that C curve does is help draw in that rib cage, helps bring in that belly button. You're exhaling. Inhale on the way up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And you want that flat back every time. Again, cinching that rib cage in, bringing it in. The exhale and inhale is really, really great. I know a lot of people tell you not to do planks with Diastsis Recti. I'm about 50-50 on this, but I do think that if you have that connection, one, hips forward, bringing those hips forward, brings that rib cage in. If you can keep that, then planks, I think, are totally 100% fine. Again, arm alignment directly underneath the shoulder, legs directly back, and keeping that core in. You don't want to be like this. That is not okay. You cannot stabilize your core this way. I'm having a hard time breathing this way. You can't be like this because, again, you're concentrating, you're putting pressure on your shoulders. You can see how my shoulders arch. You want shoulders underneath. When you do this, the only way that I can stay this way is by concentrating on my core, bringing that rib cage up and in and holding it tight, okay? Again, drawing it up and in. If that is hard for you, start on your knees. Start on your knees like this. Again, just keeping that core in tight, cinched in tight. This is a full body exercise, so it can be really, really beneficial. But when you're doing like full on crunches, you can see when you do a crunch, you don't want this. Like, you don't want the up part of your belly, building like a little mound hump, okay? If you're doing crunches, again, keeping your back flat. If I'm sitting like this, and you can't see it, but there's like, you could probably shine light through my lower back, okay? Putting my legs a little bit further out, and then that tuck. I don't even know if you can see that. I tucked my hips. Now my back is flat against my mat, okay? Back is totally flat. I've got my rib cage sucking in, belly button sucking down, and now I can crunch up and know that my belly is flat and pulling in. As long as you have those cues in mind, it's all about cinching that belly button in. It's all about getting those muscles to reconnect. Something else that happens during this whole pregnancy, your hip flexors are off. I mean, like your hips can be misbalanced. Your diaphragm is actually connected to your spine, which then connects to your hips and everything else. So if your diaphragm is not off, if you are not helping your diaphragm to reconnect with all of this as well, then you can also have difficulty. And I have another exercise with a balloon that's a little bit more difficult, or just like a little bit, there's just a lot to concentrate on to help with that diaphragm, bringing it in, bringing that core up and in, and tightening all of this as well. And I'd be happy to do a video about that if you think that you can like wrap your head around multi-steps without me there to like really position you and stuff like that. So let me know. I hope this is semi-helpful. You guys, moms have the pooch. Wear the pooch proudly. My skin has gotten so much tighter over the last 2.5, 3 years just doing exercises. This is, I just finished Pilates, but I mean, like, you're gonna have the stretch marks. You're gonna have the extra skin, okay? Like, it is there. Look at all this extra skin. That, you know, it is tightened up big time. I gained 75 pounds with my first son. And you can see I'm a pretty tiny framed little person to add 75 pounds. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I mean, you can see that definition on this side. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of, you know, trying to help myself get back into that shape. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you want any other tips or tricks. I help with food prep. I have a culinary background, so I can help with food prep and meal planning. I run online accountability groups for health and wellness. I mean, it tackles the workouts, the meal planning, the recipes, the mental and emotional connection with foods, everything and anything you can think of. And it's just an online community. And it's amazing. So, and the workouts are streamed online as well. I do drink a supplement every day if you guys are interested in supplements. Mine is completely natural, organic, and it really replaces your multivitamin. It has things like ashwagandha and maca root, and which are adaptogen herbs, which help with mental clarity for those who are maybe like postpartum still. Mood, it's a mood stabilizer. It has your probiotics, your prebiotics, your digestive enzymes. It has everything. I couldn't speak more highly of it. And it's not just because I drink it every single day. I've done my market and my research about it. So anyways, let me know. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks, guys.